slow down. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. I'm a traveling through. I am a poor pilgrim of sorrow, cast out in the wild world to roam. I have no promise of tomorrow. I've started to make heaven my home. I know I'm weak and unworthy. My heart is so prone to sin. My mother has reached the right glory.
Okay, it is that time. I hope you are all doing well. It is, what day is today? Friday. It's Friday, 2 p.m. my time. I hope you're all having a wonderful Friday. Oh, I got a window that's boogered up. Give me a second. We need... There we go. Just gonna wait a minute and see if anybody else trickles in here before we get too started. We can talk about this. This is the ship we played with yesterday. I was able to pick it up yesterday from ArcSparks. You can see the logo there. That is the ArcSparks logo. So Arcanus made this. It is his... I can't say that. Ratatoskr. It's a Nordic squirrel god thing. I have named it the Space Squirrel. But this is kind of an everything ship. It's got 96 crates, I think. It also functions as a surface miner and an asteroid miner and a navigation logging ship. As well as it's got furnaces and a reconstruction machine. So it's a little bit of everything. And on top of that, it's gorgeous. So it has asteroid avoidance. It has waypoint navigation and autopilot, which we messed with some yesterday. So it does a little bit of absolutely everything, and it's got that familiar Arcanus attention to detail. It's got interesting little features like automatic opening doors, and just little bits of details. I think you can put stuff on these screens, but you have to assign it with YOLO. So, and then there's just like little viewports. There's a veranda with, oh, those doors were open. There's a little veranda back here. It must be just as tall as me, because it like forces me to squeeze in. Hello, Praxis. So we're gonna play around. This has we're gonna mess with the auto, not the auto, with the surface mining feature today. We're on Elysium, and surface mining is not something I've ever done before. So we are gonna play with that. But first thing we're gonna do is move everything out of the ship so that we have room for ores. Everything is fine with the stream? Check it, please. What's wrong with the stream, Praxis? It looks good from here. What are you seeing? And we'll address whatever it is. Sound all seems to be working. The picture of the game has moved out. Such a feeling. Oh, did it move a little bit? Let's see if it moved. Yeah, something feels strange about it. You're right. I didn't notice that, but I had some trouble with it the other day. I didn't recognize it. Nope, I need to just bear with me while we try to fix. Thanks for catching that, Praxis. It's supposed to be all the way over there. Mm-hmm. The date and the time. Yeah, the other day I had a little bit of an issue with it. I thought I had it fixed. Nobody mentioned it was wrong yesterday, so whoever watched yesterday didn't catch it. Let's see if that... I think that's how it used to be. I can see the text menu. I've got that awkward space on the side. Alright, we'll see if that's better. Thank you for catching that, Praxis. I'll play around with it later and see what is changed. But I think that's better. Okay, so we're gonna mess with some surface mining today, which I've not done at all. This is the surface mining share. It's got all of the presets. So let's see, the target is going to be, of course, we're going to try the flat, and the move we're going to put on auto, the speed up down to change. Oh, I see. I'm going to go half speed just to see what that is. I don't know where to start, so we're gonna start extra slow. Okay. What does aim say here? Oh, I don't know what those means. Forward, inverted, auto. We'll try everything on automatic to start with, and oh, that's reset. Lining mode. I think that turns all of the... Right now is better. Thank you, Praxis. The altimeter's on. We're very close to the ground. Turn the balancers on, which I think should try and make the ship flat. Let's try these. Let's see what this does here. Just gonna let it go for a minute and see what happens. That sounds too loud to me. Is that too loud? Let the music decay. It's very loud. Especially for an annoying sound like that. Oh, I should probably not be doing this inside the safe zone. I don't want to... I mean, I obviously already did make a bit of a mess, but this is inside the safe zone of Dirty's station. Yeah, it's quite loud. Alright, I will turn it down some more. So we're going to move ahead a little bit here. Get outside the safe zone a little bit. Let me turn it back down. Lasers are just... Oh, it's moving backwards on its own. Alright, let's get a little bit. I wonder if it... Sorry, Dirty, I dug a little hole in your safe zone. I don't want to make it too much of a mess by your station. I also don't want to get very far away in case I crash it. Alright. We're gonna dig wherever. Oh, I was already doing it. Flatten. We'll see what flatten does. Oh, hi Arcanus. Move auto makes the ship reverse. So it digs backwards. This is a backwards dig, and I wasn't sure if this was backwards or forwards. So we'll see what the presets look like. And hello Arcanus, welcome to the stream. I'm pretty excited about tomorrow. We're gonna... Any idea how many ships we'll try to take a look at? Do we have move? Auto. Oh, it's on manual. Move. Auto. Oh, and flatten the ground is to... The cockpit's like a little Boeing. Alright, so... Move, auto, aim. And what did you say? There should be a lever to set the depth. So... MLP... MLC... Those are the only two. I'm assuming those are pitch up. And what is... Oh, and that... Not sure we're moving. So let's see. I think I pushed flatten. MLC should control the depth in flatten mode. Alright. MLC, that's this one. Oh, there's the depth. I see it. I'm hoping they don't come up and... Let's see. Move is on auto. Aim is on auto. Speed's on. We turned the speed down pretty slow, so let's put the speed up a little bit. We went to half speed. We'll go to 7.5, 8. We'll go back up to 1 and see where it went. See how that works. Try moving the horizontal lever. Oh, yeah, that's back and forth. Interesting. So that is the mining laser. I'm always afraid they're gonna catch the ship. Oh, and that's like a sweep pattern? Durability's good. I'm just seeing what all those buttons are the same as up above. Yep. Sweeping automatically. We're not touching anything, so we need to... Interesting. Alright. I just have to figure out how to make it move on its own. We'll see if it... I've got... It looks like I've got... I can't tell if you can read any of these, but it says the lasers are on, the target is flat, the movement is auto, the aim is auto, and the speed is 1x. But we don't seem to be moving. At least I can't tell if we're moving. Let's pick a point. Just watch a point, but I don't think we're moving anywhere. Oh, Valkite. Very nice. I could have used that last week when I was building all those stupid walkways. It only moves once the hole is deep enough. So probably not until it runs... Well, how does it determine the depth of the hole if the sweep isn't directly where the rangefinders are? We'll just let it go and see. And is the speed multiplier, that 1x there, is that the speed of the lasers or the speed of the ship, or what speed is that referring to? The sweep is calibrated to sweep across where the rangefinders are pointing. Perfect. Is the laser speed. Okay. This ship's pretty awesome. Yeah, we spent all of oh, there it is. Look at that, like clockwork. I just have to trust the process. Yesterday we spent a few hours flying this around and then messing around with the nav system so that it would auto-align to a previously saved waypoint in a reasonable amount of time. And it seemed to work. So we were able to mess around with that for a couple hours. That's a very interesting system. Oh, what are we picking up? Oh, Hatterite. Alright, can you tell me the difference between the RF balancers and the gyro balancers? What those two different systems? I have it currently set at RF, but is there an advantage to one over the other? I should probably set the depth further, but I'm really interested in just kind of messing around here at this point. Parallel to the ground, and the gyro remembers the ship orientation and tries to maintain it. I gotcha. So the RF balancers is better for this sort of dredging because it's going to keep us parallel with whatever the terrain angle is. Very, very cool. I'm always afraid to leave the chair while stuff is happening, but let's go take a look. It does so much of the work all by itself. I have a lifeline, so we should be okay. We're gonna stay out of the... I am bound to the recon machine. I should be anyways. Yeah, 4-point ship, that must be it there. I see so many people doing this for hours. This process is so slow. I mean, there's certain things you just kind of... Like if I need Zalium, I just have to come down. We are not in the crater. We're not going to find Zalium here. We're just outside the... Well, just outside the safe zone of the station. Now, what is the difference between this process and the dredging versus flattening? I know that the flattening was to make a flatten for a moon base, but what is the difference between that and the dredging feature? Oh yeah, no, that was never my intention. Up to this point, though, Arcanus, all of my moon mining has been done with a pickaxe, so this is a significant upgrade. Though I think I pickaxe mine just as fast. Yeah, with only 100, essentially 100 crates, 96. Oh, okay. So you lose some of the ability to choose the high damage. Thank you. Must be really bad if damage doesn't have time. So like, are we still catching something? Oh, there they move. Just as I was going to say, nothing's happening. Trust the process. Yeah, if I was going to do a surface, any serious surface mining, I would certainly buy an appropriate surface miner. Whether it be the Surfacer, and then have Brewster come out and give me lessons on how to use it, or I'm not sure Cerulean's is for sale yet, or if anybody else has one. I'd like to set up a race where we choose a starting point and an ending point and see who can mine everything out in between those 2 points in a specific amount of time. Make a head-to-head comparison between all the biggest surface miners. So let's switch over to the dredge function just to see the difference. I am digging this ship though. Definitely like the ship. I still get lost in it though. The other thing I did yesterday, Arcanist, was I turned the generators off and then I tried to move it. And I killed all the batteries and the door to the generator room was closed. Hi, Django. So let's turn off the lasers. And we're going to choose the dredge presets. So it starts back over. I'm just going to sit here just long enough to make sure everything works like it's supposed to. Anyways, I killed the batteries, and and the door to the generator room was closed. So I had to find the secret entrance into the generator room. So this door was closed when the batteries died, which means I couldn't open anything up. So I had to figure out how to fall down through those. My wife is texting me. Sorry guys, I cannot ignore her. You guys might get mad at me for a few minutes. She'll get mad at me for... hit it outside door. Let's see, alright. So I had to fall down through here, which I didn't know was here. But that's a sweet little thing to know. And then I was able to just turn this fancy handle and it fixed everything. But this was a lifesaver here. Yeah, I've done that lots of times, but I've never had a ship with slider doors where it really made any difference. I've run the batteries out on every ship. I'm trying to be smart and save the... Oh, my other question before I go on. What are these? These are collectors, right? Are they just decorations? Or what are these for? What are these hiding collectors inside for? Oh, it's not picking stuff up, is it? No, it's so far back there. Oh, I guess it is. I guess that's about the right spot, isn't it? That's what's actually picking up these things. Oh, see? So now we're digging much deeper. Alright, give me just 1 second, guys. I can even take you with me, my wireless headphones. I have to put something outside my front door so one of my wife's friends can pick it up. So, anybody else got any big plans for the weekend? I'm obviously pretty excited about tomorrow, but my date with Arcanist. But has anybody else got anything going on this week? Alright, there we go. My wife and two oldest daughters are at a formal dinner, so I'm just holed with the younger ones. You have a paranormal event tomorrow? Like you're going to a ghost seance or something? Or you just have something out of the ordinary? Look at this thing go. Pretty excited. I don't want to fall down in that hole, though. That will be the end of me. We got one laser over there. It's not pulling its weight. Look at that. Oh, don't fall in the hole. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome ship. I agree, Dirty. It's so cool. Spook Scotland. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of those sort of paranormal things that go on in Scotland since it's such an old culture. What is that thing? Oh, not that thing. Oh, that's the sensor for the data logger. That's all. Just you've tucked it in there so it sticks out so neatly. All right, let's go get back in our seat. I like the blanks for cards. Now here's my only question. If I put things on here and I bolt them in place, yeah, I saw this the other day, the Roomba. I wish it doesn't do anything, but I did catch it. I was like, what is that smiley face? If I fill the ship with a repair, that's going to get rid of all of those chips and everything, though, is it not? So if I repair the ship to fill the prop and the fuel rods, then yeah, it will remove all of those chips. Django's asking, what is the biggest miner that you build, Arcanus? I'm sure we'll see it tomorrow. But he's got so many ships. I think at EosCon, Happy spent like 3 hours there. But he must have had 50 ships there. Oh, let's see what we got. What have we picked up? We don't need... Essentially, we've picked up nothing. We're gonna get rid of the Valkite, though. I don't need it at this point. Though I have some I've got a few in the 800s. Your flagship drill miner, a roid eater, and a dedicated surface drill miner. I've not seen a surface drill miner in action yet. That is something I'd definitely like to see. Those are the ones that just kind of rotate and go straight down, right? That's kind of my I would definitely like to mess with some of those. Maybe that'll be another purchase of mine, is to would be a drill miner, because those seem like the safest thing to use inside of a safe zone of a... in the safe zone of a station on the surface would be just a drill miner to go straight down. It's currently untested, though. Well, I mean, I'll happily test it for you. And by test, I mean break. Oh, this is it's a heck of a ship. I love this cargo lock setup too. What did you intend to be used in these cargo locks? I love that. It's revised. Your surface drill miner is a revised version of an older one, so you're confident in the drill, just that there are some new systems. All this glass, I feel like I just want to drop down out there. But the glass is so well positioned that you don't even see it. Like a lot of times you can see all the seams and things. You don't see a ton of seams in this ship. Yeah, I like the idea of them. I almost think you could hang like, you could put a bunch of rifles and stuff in there, use it like an armor locker, but you can't, because you can't really do anything with guns. You can't really mount them anywhere. There's no racks to mount them. And then I like all of these extra YOLO sockets, because we used one yesterday as we were working through that chip. It's this chip here, by the way, that chip there. We stuck it up on this rack here on the socket. That's one kink on the ship you haven't been able to fix yet. Oh, the sweep lever? Where's the hole? I get lost in here all the time. It's not very big, but I get myself twisted around. Which lever? This one? That moves around? The one that moves all over the place? Yeah, it seems to move on its own. I would assume something is assigning it, the YOLO somewhere, something is assigning it information. Oh, I see what's happening is you've got something YOLO assigning it -30 and then +30 for the sweep. But somewhere somewhere in the YOLO it's assigning it something in the middle and screwing it up or turning it off. It's multiplying by -1. Okay. You haven't been able to brain a way to make sure it goes all the way without someone pulling the lever. Are you saying it stops by itself sometimes? Or... or if it just doesn't go all the way to begin with, it doesn't work. Yeah, sometimes when you start it up, it doesn't go all the way to one side. Interesting. I mean, that doesn't sound like it would be a terrible fix. It would just have to do a bunch of logic checks. To test all the different scenarios. The code is hella complicated. Yeah, and looking at other people's code is terrible. The variables don't make any sense. Oh, try the surface convergence. Okay. There was a button for that. Alright, so we'll turn the mining laser off. We're gonna give it a second to catch up anything that's got left to pick up. And then we're gonna put surface convergence. And that's just a different mining pattern? No, oh, press C. Oh, it's like... Oh, it's they all converge wherever you aim. So mouse controlled lasers. It's a little less helpful on the surface, but it's gonna be awesome on the... We'll have to try that on an asteroid. Now, what if I change this presets in the middle? Oh, they converge all in one spot. Alright. I didn't turn it back off. Do they just stay? Let's see what happens. Yeah, I like the mouse control for asteroids. It's a little less helpful here because this is nice and timed, or it swings. Try adjusting the horizontal lever again. I imagine if I just turn it off and turn it back on, it'll... You know, that fixes just about everything. Alright, let's see. Total fuel. Alright, so we're not going to spend all day here surface mining. I wanted to play with this, but we'll go back up to the capital ship and we'll try this on regular mining. So let's turn this off. We'll turn the mining lasers off. Turn mining mode off. Alright, my capital ship's not very far away. We'll just have to get out of the atmosphere. So, let's see. Make sure everything... Excellent. So turning mining mode off shuts everything with that off. I do like the altimeter is super helpful when you're descending here. Once you get into within a kilometer, it's nice to know, because the ground doesn't always render in a manner which is conducive to figuring out how high you are. Alright, so let's see, we've got turn off turtle mode, because we're just going to strafe up to get started. Everything else looks good. I'm always afraid that I'm going to crash into something. Oh, I have a bunch of materials here. Alright, then let's... Oh, sorry about that. Oh, we're not in the station, so let's go up a little bit. And we kind of got to back our way into the station a little bit, just till we're inside enough to access the inventory. And we need to transfer all of this stuff back to the ship. You know what? I don't need to do that. We'll leave it all here, because I'm going back to my capital ship, so it's not a big deal. That way I'll have some here if I forget next time. Alright, now we're up. And this takes the atmosphere really, like it descends really well. Alright, Alright, let's turn ourselves, figure out where my capital ship is. It's up there somewhere. There it is. We should go pretty quickly, and then we'll hop this over to Xenon Station, where I've got a chip to over there, which is in the belt, so that'll go quickly. Turn on cruise. We're doing 150 kilometers a sec, or 150 meters a second, ish. And then we'll go try some of those other fun features out on the belt and see how it works on asteroids. So this part's kind of boring. I apologize, but it's the nature of Starbase. There needs to be more particles. It probably would cause the game even more lag, but like when you're flying like this, there needs to be a little more interest to tell that you're moving without just staring at the speedometer. So Django, where is your paranormal experience this evening supposed to take place? Is it at a castle or a prison or a mental institution, a haunted house, a church? Those are like the standard places that they do those. I mean, it is still trust your instruments. Yeah, I didn't like that when I was a pilot. I don't like it now. I want to visually... You're supposed to look out the window, though, when you're a pilot. You only trust your instruments when you don't have any sort of visual reference. Unless you're in instrument conditions, you tend to just stare out the window and fly by the seat of your pants. And hello, Vega, how are you today? Doing pretty good. Good. The Pierce Institute. So you've never been there. It should be interesting. All right, let's see what Google has to say about the Pierce Institute. I've never heard of it. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to that paranormal stuff. I don't necessarily believe in it, but I do love to watch it. And I assume the Pierce Institute is somewhere in Scotland, because there's one in Fort Worth, Texas. I gotta put this window where I can read it and not cover up my main screen. Alright. The Pierce Institute, at the heart of Govan since 1906. It was designed by Sir Rowan Anderson and completed in 1906. So it's got a bunch of historic buildings. So it's only 1906, which in the scope of UK buildings is like a baby. All right. That is its official page, Scotland, and we're gonna look up paranormal activity, and we'll see. Oh, there it is. There's an article called "The Ghosts of Govan's Pierce Institute." Oh, it's a video. We don't. Or is it an article? It's an article. see if I... The Pierce Institute is a large community center that has served the community of Goulburn, Glasgow since 1906. We don't need to read the whole thing, just the scoopy stuff. Spooky stuff. Not scoopy, spooky. Castles are better. I think everything should be a castle. I love castles. Let's see. Many people report seeing a strange female figure flitting about the Pierce Institute. She is most commonly seen standing in the balcony overlooking MacLeod Hall. Strangely enough, she likes to watch the Zumba class. I'm sorry. That's funny. It's a ghost that likes to watch Zumba. This apparition resembles an old photo of Lady Dinah Pierce. Let's see. There's one tale dating back years ago involving a caretaker now long gone. You know what I do miss, Django? That you don't have the stereotypical Scottish accent. I love a Scottish accent, and you don't sound like a Scotsman. I can understand all of your words. You need to really lean into that Scottish accent. Let's see. It looks like, yep, there's just normal old ghost stories there, nothing fantastic. I mean, it might be fun and it'll be scary as all hell if you see something, but there's no axe murderers there. It wasn't a crazy institute where 400 people died. I mean, there's got to be way better places in Scotland. But to be honest, might be a little freaky if any of it came true. I'm one of those people that don't necessarily... I'm a skeptic, but I want to believe real bad. I watch the TV shows and they're so predictable. All of those ghost adventure shows, they're all written, I think, from the same book, from the same script. I was until things happened. Well, I've been in some creepy places where stuff happened that I couldn't explain, but until something kind of cut and dry happens, I'll still be a skeptic. I can always rationalize myself into something where it makes sense. Those rangefinders make my stream, when I look at the stream screen, like the rangefinders cause the stars to like throb. Does that happen to all of your screens? Or is it just my one Twitch window? Every time the rangefinders pulse, the stars pulse with them. I almost want to bolt some cargo lock beams in some of these gaps. Replace a couple of these gaps with hard points and cargo lock beams, solely so that when you're in Elysium, you've got some guidance. I would think that, you know, just a couple kind of in these squares would let you act as pathfinders when you're in the Elysium belt, because the rangefinders don't do any good.
sleep in my bed and then ask me to leave you alone. But someday, you ain't gonna
18 more kilometers. Going fast. I can't hear the game sounds at all.
I tried to be kind.
I guess I can.
Loving arm around you when you were lying.
It's so quiet sometimes. The game just needs, it's probably because I don't use the game music.
You ain't gonna fuck with my mind anymore.
I don't like the game music. I like the way these clouds look like, almost like wet paint on like a watercolor, especially like a Japanese watercolor. Get these wispy. This really is a beautiful game. It really, really is a beautiful game.
I even made sure that you always got to come at least twice. But bye-bye. You ain't gonna fuck with my mind anymore. If I need another girl like you.
I don't think I even have the graphics turned all the way up. I should do that, but I was pricing computer components for a new PC yesterday, and I decided I don't want to spend that much money. I mean, it's like $2,000 to get a decent machine anymore, with the price of graphics cards, processors, and motherboards. You're over $1,000 just on mid-range parts, just those three. Like graphics cards are anywhere between $800 and $2,000 for the equivalent of what, a 4070 now. So a 70 series NVIDIA card or a previous generation AMD, and $2,000 for the new 4090 Ti. Processors are $200 to $400, and motherboards are $150 or more. It's crazy. You used to be able to get a motherboard for $150 was a high-end motherboard. Now that's just kind of nothing. Yeah, we're still coming in hot. We need to stop. We don't want to come in quite that hot. I've made the mistake of coming in hot and then hitting the store ship button while my endo was still moving at 150 meters a second, and having it fire my endo out the other side to where I had to jetpack back 5 or 6 kilometers. Alright, so we'll run over to Green Hell here, which is Xenon B-Dogs. I just call him Xenon, some people call him B-Dog, but we'll run over to his station, which is oh, I think I have another card which will keep us away from his station, but put us right at the edge of zones 2 and 3. It's about 40 kilometers from this one. Oh, looks good. We just crank this up, and we crank this up, and we push go. Everything here still looks good. I realized the other day that I never finished these lights on the opposite side. I mean, there's still lots I haven't finished, but most of it is symmetrical except for that part. I never got them on this side. I don't fly out here very often, but they're missing from here. Me and your station. Well, I don't know about your station is fine. I don't know about you. Uh, I don't know how to if I would believe that you are cootie free. And then I still have the entire back of this ship because it looks like somebody forgot about it. Because somebody forgot about it. I haven't decided how to finish it yet either. Like, look, there's a huge hole right here. You can just fly in. So this ship is really pretty minimal. This is just supposed to look like a tugboat. It still has a long way to go for all of the little finishes that need done, but I'm happy with the way that it looks. It's just there's too many plane areas. These push bars need detailed, and there's lots of little things like all of these edges need the little pieces filled in, and there's some adjustments that need to be done because these don't line up, and gaps need to be filled, and paint needs to be done. There's a ton of little things that they just take time. They're not hard. And like this whole front facade, I like the shape, but it's far too plain. It's just little stuff. In general, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks, but there are areas that are just too plain. But I'm fairly happy with it. But this was supposed to be my work capital ship, where I just fly it around. I'm not going to spend I'm not going to make it big because I have a second cap ship that we're going to kind of go the opposite way with and make it as big as, I was going to say humanly, but as big as the game will let us. And I knew once I started that process that the ship would be useless for flying around. So I essentially needed 2 of them. But, and hello Xenon, by the way. I didn't say hello to you. This has 6 generators and 4 thrusters, 4 10-ring thrusters. So it does 11 meters a second, and it charges in 3 minutes. So I'm happy with that. I've been kicking around the idea of sticking another thruster under here. It obviously wouldn't be 10 rings. I could probably get 3 rings, 2 or 3 rings in there, and might be able to get it to 12 kilometers a second. I'm kind of jealous of those that can get their ship to go 12 kilometers a second. So, but I haven't done it yet. By limiting myself to essentially 3 hours of gameplay a day, I really have to plan my time. And I didn't realize that by limiting my gameplay hours, that I would really have to be diligent in the time that I do get to play. There really isn't much time outside of the stream where I do anything useful. I fly the capital ship around from place to place, and I will charge up the furnaces, or I'll make alloys. But I don't really do anything that is not just super uninteresting. Alright, we'll turn that off, and we push start. Oh, I think I have to main menu. So we have to wait a minute at the main menu, because I don't want to die. I think it's like a 2-minute flight, so we'll give it a 1.5 or 2-minute flight, something like that. I haven't been killed by it yet, but I also don't trust it. I think I could reconstruct right on the ship though, so. I was talking to Branium. I'm not sure if it's Branium, Albranium, or Albranium. Albranium. That's how I'm gonna say it. Albranium, like bran, like the fiber that's in cereal. Albranium. Anyways, I was talking to him earlier today, and we're we're trying to figure out what he's going to be interested on. He's talking about playing around with the factory hall, or with making essentially a ship, a stationary ship that you bring asteroids to. He wants to play around some with that, and some decorating or some building on the station, and just want to make sure he gets situated. All right, we're a minute in. We're gonna wait another 45 seconds. Yeah, Xenon has been a big help of mine. He's the one that I built both capital ships at his station. He has been a huge help in getting those built. So, all right, we're gonna enter universe. Hopefully, we're not in the middle of Elysium. Nope, we did not die. That's all that matters. All right. I literally had a stopwatch going so that I didn't get killed. All right, let's spawn the ship in. Space Squirrel, I call it, since it's named after a Nordic squirrel god. It's design. You see that design? It's the little things. But you see how easy it is to get in that ship from the from the cap ship? It's like designed for you to drop right down in. A lot of ships that have cockpits are a pain in the butt to actually get in the cockpit. You have to go through a bunch of doors and turns and things. That is smooth as can be. Alright. Now, do I have a range on the range finders somewhere? There's got to be a rangefinder here somewhere. We're going to turn the altimeter off. Asteroid. We're going to put it on manual auto. Resets. That's the scanner. Mining mode. Yeah, is there a, do these rangefinders give me a readout anywhere to let me know that I'm close to something? That's the question. Nope, but if you turn on mining mode, there's a readout on the laser range panel to the right front. Alright, mining mode. Laser range. Oh, I gotcha. Out of range. Okay, so there is something there. And I noticed there's an approach button down there. Is that an approach script? Yep, that's an approach script. Well, like, I see the lasers. Now, is there anything that I have to do for the approach script? What do I have to have pointing at it? Point at the rock first. I'm pointed at the rock. I'm pointed at this rock, and I can see my rangefinders are hitting it. And I see that it's giving me a range readout here. Let's see if it's is that the one that matters? Does it matter which rangefinders? Like, 'cause I just have navigation aids full, it lets me see a ton of spots. It only works with the middle one. So that's not going to be navigational aids. What is it? The scanner's not going to work. How do I know where the middle one is? Where's the end of that thing? I can't tell. It points down, it doesn't point in. You had it pointed at the rack just now. So is it, I mean, how do I know which rangefinder it is? There's so many rangefinders. It's got to be like that. And then you push approach, I assume. Turn the navigational aim. Turn off those. And the scanner is off. Okay. Oh, I see. There's one rangefinder. I see it. Okay. I see it. I see it, and then I can hit the approach button. Gotcha. In this belt, a single rangefinder is so hard to see. We're gonna turn turtle mode. It isn't turtle mode. Alright. Am I not in? Approach is on. I'm assuming I'm missing something. So we are not moving. Let's look into that. Sweet. This is the reason we do this. We try to find the problems on these ships, because as a shipbuilder, everything makes sense to you when you're building. And alright, give me a second. I just want this rock to re-render and for us to come to a complete stop. I don't trust when the rock is not. Alright, so let's see. There's a YOLO chip here. Oh, the approach code. Huh. Okay. Tuning parameters explained in the GitHub manual. Alright. KP was 0.4. KP, KI, KD. I would think this is a medium ship. Because it looks like the smaller the numbers, the more conservative it is. And these are even below the super conservative numbers. Oh. Alright, so let's see. If we... so not safe zone, safe zone. 0.001. Wait. U the FCU forward lever on the right side of the cockpit and change to FF. Okay. That's going to be one of these. FCU forward. And change lever center output to, we want to change this to FF. That one. And on the backwards lever, we're going to change lever center output to FB. I'm going to see if that is what you want me to change. Yep, okay. Anything else before we try again? That should be it. Okay. Approach. Let's see what happens.
All you saw were my wings kicking up.
So still the approach light's on. Let's see if this code. Now we're stuck in this loop here. I'm looking at these asteroids off to the side. We're still not moving. Okay. Is there a go? Oh, so this is what loops it back to this. I don't know how it would ever get out of that loop. Oh, there's FF and FB, yeah. Because this is just assigning variables. How does it ever leave this loop once it gets this far? Because there's no if statement here to ever break this, right? Neither of these have an if statement in them to cause it to go anywhere else. Maybe I'm dumb. We're definitely not approaching. Okay. Alright, well let's play with some of the other stuff. Oh, set the on both levers to 0. Excellent. Lever, center, dead zone, 0. 0. Okay. Anything else? I like troubleshooting. Especially when I'm not the one that's actually staring at the code. I don't mind staring at the code if I was the one that wrote it, or I have some sort of a spreadsheet telling me what the variables are for. Okay. Yep, we're moving now. Perfect. And then I sent you values earlier for there was only 2 settings we changed in the nav yesterday that made a big difference. Oh, we're so close. Are we gonna crash? I feel like we're gonna crash. No, don't do that. Woo! I got far too close. Oh, it wants to be close. Oh, stop. 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 Oh, stop getting closer. Okay. Whew, we need a minimum distance. Whew. Alright, is there a setting for how close the approach gets? Because I think 4 meters is too close. Alright, we'll push it one more time, but I think it's going to do the same thing. Because it's going to approach us right up until we make out with it. Alright. I usually stop at like 10, between 10 and like 13. Oh, S is 8. Alright, let's see if it goes below 8. 7, 6, 5. Oh, yeah, that's too close. That's too close. Stop, stop. 8, 8. Woo! Alright, so let's, whew. Oh, so S is 5 here. Let's set that for 10. And, let's see if that changes anything. Oh, you said set equals 8. Alright, I did it to 10. I don't, assuming that's the distance in meters. Ten is more than enough. Oh, that's so close. Yep, too close. Oh, the approach turned off though. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. It just turns off at 10. It doesn't actually bring you to a stop. I'm gonna see. We're at 14, 13, 12, 11, under 10, still hasn't turned off yet. 8, 7, 6. Oh, yeah, no, it still hasn't turned off. Alright, we'll try 16. Alright, back up. You get away from there. We'll try 16 and see where it shuts off at. At least we're going so slow that we have the wiggle room to actually make adjustments. What is this rock anyways? So we're at 11, 10. See, that seems to have stopped at about 10, yeah. And analyzing Nergite, that's fine. That looks like it did it perfectly, and then it turns itself off at... Alright, now we're going to play with... We got mining mode on, we've probably just been killing batteries, that's alright. We're going to put on auto. See what happens. This pattern was a hell to code. Okay, what are we looking at as a pattern? It almost seems random, but I'm assuming it is not. The next rock will play with the convergence and the mouse control. It's kind of a drill-like pattern, moving in a square pattern that slowly gets bigger and bigger. I'm not connected to a there's not one of those near the seat here that I'm just overlooking, is there? Oh well, it's already. Let's delete all copies, confirm. Now it's not doing any measuring, right? It's just like there's only 2 lasers at this point. Where am I? Oh no, I'm just missing the other 2. They're just down there where I can't see them in the light. I imagine I need to aim more centrally. Don't think I was centered quite well enough in the rock to begin with. Now just use convergence mode. Okay, belt. And then push C. So if I put it here at the middle and I turn this off again and turn it back on, let's try that. Alright, why am I... Yeah, I lost. I couldn't, mining mode, laser. So I have to push convergence, and then C, and now let's see. Yeah, you kind of, for convergence mode, well yeah, I see the ship's full at this point, that's not a big deal. But you kind of have to position the ship above the asteroid because it, the lasers are down below you. That makes sense. You know what? Let's take a look at that. I want to see, how does an asteroid look? Is it worthwhile being down below when you're doing belt mining? Considering this is where the... Not really. Maybe? It's hard to see. This is almost like a... This would be kind of neat as a dual... a multi-crew ship. Oh, see? There's the mining lasers. That is interesting. It's so much better than moving the ship around. I actually don't mind that the I almost want to do this and then hit the to turn the collectors on manually, solely because the collectors cause a bunch of lags. Did I instantly fill the ship already, or the collectors? Now, can I turn the collectors on? There's no way to turn the collectors on manually. See, when you're in convergence mode, I can like I can use the... I didn't know you could use the keyboard. Like if we turn on the mining lasers here, I can use the keyboard too and don't have to use the mouse. You see that? This is actually me on the keyboard doing it. Yeah, my only thing is like, it's nice to be able to turn the collectors on, have a way to turn the collectors on without having the lasers on? Or are you saying that the collectors come on anytime mining mode is on? They don't, they just stay on? Delete all copies of the ship. Confirm. Yeah, I actually like the keyboard control of the... Oh, and they stay on as long as they have battery power. Excellent. See, that's perfect. I don't need this much Nergite, but I actually need to probably make a ton of Baltium? Whichever one I need to make out here. Baltium. So if I need to make a bunch of Baltium, you have to have Nergite. Awesome. All right, let's go try this again. Let's fly back to the capital ship and empty out. because I've got some space in my furnaces. I like the, so it looks, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but when I'm in mining mode, so, and this probably isn't obvious, but when I'm in mining mode, I should say maybe it's when I'm in convergence? Not that. Turn the mining lasers off. When I have the convergence turned on, the ship doesn't move. Like, I'm trying to WASD this around and nothing is happening. But you can't see from here is that the WASD is actually a desk. I always want to go behind the desk. The WASD, if you look closely at these lasers, the WASD is actually controlling the lasers. So I can just adjust the lasers with the keyboard control, which I kind of like, more so than the mouse. Keyboard controlling the lasers actually is a fantastic idea. If a regular ship had keyboard laser control, I would be all on board with that. The only problem is it locks the ship in place, and I can't, so like the collectors weren't, the collectors weren't picking stuff up. Alright, so let's turn that back off. Let's back out of here. Turn around. We should be right at the capital ship. We didn't go anywhere. So there's a button to turn on and off mouse control. It's just under the HUD. Yeah, it was here. Yep. I like the keyboard control of it. My only and they're not criticisms. My only addition would be to add a way to turn the collectors on and off manually. It's technically FCU control, not just mouse control. Yeah, it is. It's it works perfectly. I like the keyboard aspect of it more than the mouse aspect of it. Alright, let's get away from that. I need to open up more safe zone on this ship. I just don't want to. I just did all 54 zones on the other ship, and I don't want to do that again. I thought about just doing opening up the 9 forward and then 1 to each side, which would give me a single layer safe zone, even though it wouldn't give me all the build zones. I don't need the build zones. I just want to not. I just want to have a little more space inside here. Let's empty this bad boy out. Get rid of everything, and let's go try it again. Try one more thing. Alright, let's see if we can turn mining mode on. So yeah, I have no criticisms with this ship whatsoever. My only suggestions would be a way to turn the collectors on. But the mining mode works, now that I know that. Just leaving mining mode on is probably fine. And to have some cargo lock beams, maybe at the same, on either side of this this scanner, so I can tell, because it's really, really hard to see in this belt where this beam is. So if there was a cargo lock on just on either side of it, kind of to give you a, and as well as some faux, some fake Pathfinder beams using cargo locks. And that's really not a fault of this ship, it's just a quirk of the Elysium belt. Makes it so hard to see, to use rangefinders as using rangefinders as pathfinders. Nav guide is just so hard to see. Maybe it's because I'm old. Maybe in my old age I just can't see it, but the two colors of green are too similar. I suppose you could use laser designators too. How far does a laser designator go? Does it go further than a cargo lock? It'd give you a red beam as opposed to an orange one. So this range looks perfect. And we're going to try your belt presets and see what happens. Distance is about the same, but you'd need a tracker to get the distance. It's not necessarily about the distance data. I can't even. The rangefinder works fine for the data portion of it, but you can't see it. So I can't even tell if I'm really anywhere near the asteroid. But if there was a laser designator kind of with it, you could at least see where you were aiming. It's not so much for the functionality of it as it is for the visual aspect of it. The functionality of the rangefinder is fine. It's the fact that it's so hard to see when you're actually aiming. And it's just in this belt, or I've not been to all the other moons, but it's in the belt coloring where it washes out the rangefinder coloring. And these are just these are not complaints. Don't take them as complaints. The ship is amazing. I have the same complaint with every ship that uses rangefinders in the Elysium belt. Oh, did I not empty? I didn't empty the ship. I thought I did. Stop. We're gonna back up. That was so dumb. Or did I already fill up already? I must have filled. Never mind. I must have refilled already because look at all this Valkite. And I didn't have that before. So let's try this again. Let's see if we can pick up more Nergite. This ship does fill very quickly. I'm used to the Badger. Well, this isn't a mining ship. Of course it fills quickly. I'm used to the Badger, which has 900 crates, which is a little bit larger. This ship works so well, though. I really like it, and it's a kind of a jack of all trades ship. Oh, not that way. Whew. That was almost me being very, very dumb. It's a 30/30 demon now. The song is called Black Betty, and it's not. It's that guy's own take on Black Betty. It's a very, very different song. And I was a little disappointed because I like the song, the 1970s song by Ram Jam, which is Black Betty. If you're old enough to remember that one, it's a song that sticks in your head. The one by that guy is not nearly as catchy. I'm sure there's a few people in here who are old enough to remember Ram Jam's 1970s hit, Black Betty. It might have been late 70s even, early 80s. All right. You've heard of them. Oh, see, you're older. You're even older than I am, Django. You have to know that song. Like, that song's so... Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I didn't empty it. Let's, I wanted to spawn that to empty it out. A-Dub, you remember? Yeah. Ram Jam. Let me look up the song. I probably can't play any of that stuff on here without getting some sort of copyright warnings, but I can leave a link to Ram Jam, and you can watch the you can each watch the song and have that song stuck in your head forever. Control copy. We're gonna pause it before. Alright. Oh yeah. That song is so stuck in your head. It's one of my favorite songs. When I hear it on the radio, I can't help but sing it, and my kids just tell me to stop. They tell you very much to stop singing. Oh, there is a resource bridge here. Transfer everything to the station. Excellent. Now we can put you away again. And we'll get the badger out and see if we can take a look. What do I build? Is it Baltite that I build out here, or is it Allium? I forget which one you have to build in the Elysium Belt. Not build, but smelt, craft. I don't remember if it's, I guess I can just look. I'm smart enough. Alloy crafting requires the searchlight belt. So allium is the one that Baltium, Bastonium. What does Bastonium get used for? Allium. Yep, I think you're both right. Allium is the one you build out here. It gets used for plating, while Baltium gets used for frames, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah. I was hoping to drift around that corner. Let's see what I need to cook some allium while I'm here. I don't think I have a ton of it. Not enough for the cap ship that we're planning to build anyways. What? We need Valkite, Nergite, Agesium. And requires a belt furnace to craft. I have a belt furnace. Let's right? I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Now we have a belt furnace and we can build 28 of them. What? Let's find hold on. We don't want to do that. I want to do it in oh, I guess I can't. Inventory. That's what I want. I want Valkite. We're gonna put oh, I'm not connected to the ship. That helps. Let's see, we're gonna move 100 there. Which one is the one that's catching us? Which one are we short on? It's not that one. Agesium and Nergite. Valkite, Agesium, Nergite. Agesium. Oh, I can only craft 33 because I only have 33 charges in the thing. That's what the problem is. Thinking I have loads more of all of those. But we're going to take 100 with us. That should give us an entire set of charges. And now we can craft everything and keep filling charges. So you should all go watch Ram Jam. And to be honest, they did not write that song. If I remember correctly, that song is actually a very early, I want to say 1930s or earlier song, like an old folk song that Ram Jam remade, but the way Ram Jam did it. And I don't think Ram Jam really made anything else either. Well, we have smooth, anti-drift is on. We've got, I just want to check all of my, that's the handbrake, avoidance. Where's the approach button? This is the approach button. So this approach uses some sort of a dampener, not a dampener, it uses the old school speedometer and some sort of vector math to figure out exactly how far you're going. Only once have I hit an asteroid, and I think it was my fault. Oh, it's also not turn, and you can adjust the window that it stops in. Like, I like between 10 and 14 to stop. That way the lasers go all the way through. According to reports, the song was formally recorded in 1933 by U.S. I almost read that as microbiologist, musicologist John and Alan Lomax, and it was performed a cappella by convict James Ironhead Baker and a group of prisoners at Central State Farm in Sugarland, Texas. At the time, Baker was 63 years old. Did you get that from Wikipedia? That sounds like a Wikipedia entry. And then we turn on this laser script. We let the lag fest begin. Now here's a question for you computer nerds. Is the lag on my end, is this lag generated by my machine or what? Like if I had a better processor, would I have less lag, or where is this lag generated? Server side. Are you sure? Because I thought this game didn't even have like traditional type servers. So this is zone 1, and if you go this direction, you're in zone, blow that away. You're in zones 2 and 3. We're kind of right at the cusp of the zone lines here. So what we're going to do is we're going to server records everything you do. It records everything I do, but where's the lag generated from the lag is generated by the collectors, but is the lag because of my local side? I'm looking for excuses to buy a second machine. I get emails from emails and Twitch mails, or what do you want to call them? They have a mail service inside of Twitch asking me to monetize my stream all the time, and I have no intention of doing that, but they want it real bad. I say both. The machine, but I don't think the servers. I didn't think this game used servers in a traditional MMO way. Turn off the handbrake. I would have to talk to, somebody knows. Vega is usually the one that's always got a... Vega usually knows this sort of stuff. Hey Dub, if I remember correctly, it was introduced after the heat change and they never got around to addressing it. So you're saying before the heat change the lag wasn't an issue? I don't remember it well enough before the heat changes. Before the heat changes, I used a ring miner, and yeah, it was fine. I used a ring miner that auto-mined everything, so I really didn't pay too much attention. I would just check on my machine every X number of hours. I don't need Searchright. I don't think I do. We'll get one. We'll get one Searchright. Yeah, I don't remember it when I'll have to dig up. I bought the blueprint for that ship, so I'll have to dig up the blueprint for my ring miner. Because it was just a moneymaker. You turned it on in the safe zone. You were stuck? Oh, the Sutler. That's right. That's another ship I want to look at. I think I have your permission. You gave me operator on the Sutler. I just have to be in the same place. You let me use it one day, and I used it for moving stuff, but I never mined with it. There was a lot of things about it I did like, though. I don't like the lag. Like, I want to turn the collectors off while I'm breaking up the rock, and then I want to turn the collectors on and just deal with all the lag at once while I'm not trying to move. Does that make sense to anybody else? Like, I'd rather get all the rock busted up and then just deal with the lag all at once. Have the lag under my own. I want the lag on my terms. Like, if it's gonna be there, let's do it when I'm ready for it. Because there's often when I'm trying to adjust the ship a little bit, which, to be honest, if I used the convergence, the FCU controlled lasers, if I could control where the center of Cerulean's pattern was, as opposed to having to move the ship, we could just move the center of that pattern. Because sometimes you're in the lag, you're trying to get the ship to adjust. I don't want any more of that. Stop. I want to move the ship, but there's like a spike of lag, so I end up moving it too far. I know I'm nitpicking, but I remember there being quite a few. Is it a ring miner Arcanist? I don't remember which one was called the Roid Eater. There was like the Roomba and the World Eater, and there was a bunch of those ring miners at that time. But I don't remember which one was which. But yeah, maybe I can borrow your Sutler one of these days for a stream, Xenon. I also need to, does anybody know anything about the new event that Kai is putting together? I know there's some sort of a merchant capital ship somewhere. Someone asked me about it yesterday, but I haven't looked into it at all. For some reason I didn't know it was happening now, or I didn't know the time window, but I haven't seen much about it. But I should probably go to all those events. Oh, that's right. Yours wouldn't have a simple name like Reuter. Yours was the Geffian. Yeah, the ring miner that I had, I think would take a T10, but it was just big enough to take a T10, and that's when they were still rare. But you could just turn it on and come back in an hour, and it would be full. It'd have 300 or 400 crates, and you'd throw away the shell material, and wait for a while longer. It was great for the safe zone. I used it outside of the safe zone too. The only thing I ever had break on it was some rangefinders. I think the ship was by a guy named Blackheart. Blakhart. I think I would have to switch my Discord accounts. This was before Farpoint existed. I'd have to see if I know I still have the blueprint somewhere. But it made me a ton of money. He had two sizes. I think mine was, for some reason, the number 344 crates is sticking to my head, but... You had the World Eater? I like that one. I never used it. I watched a video on it and I liked it. It's almost 4 a.m. for you. That's absurd. You are exactly 12 hours. You're on the opposite side of the planet from me. Thank you for stopping in and helping me get the settings on the YOLO fix on that ship. It's a fantastic ship, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow at 11. Correct? Tomorrow at 11? No problem. Excellent. Yes, 11 o'clock. I'll see you. You have a wonderful, I guess, early morning, and we'll see you tomorrow. So, everybody mark your calendars. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Well, it's 11 a.m. my time. And 11 p.m. his time. And Xenon, you said that Sutler got sucked down to the moon surface? Oh, that's... Did you get disconnected? And, that was the end? Need all copies of this. Confirm. Oh, it got sucked under the surface. Oof. And you didn't get lifelined. So if we dig far enough on Masser, we're gonna find an entire Sutler hiding under there somewhere. I mean, that sounds like a treasure hunt. I know that I was mining one evening, and I found a mining laser in one of these asteroids. A few hours after Django face planted one. So sometimes they must actually merge with the asteroids. Maybe they do the same thing with the surface. You did the last 6 10-ring thrusters on the cup. Woohoo! Is it, are you able to fly it now? Because didn't you say earlier you had made it too heavy? Yeah, I'm concerned with the scope of the ship that I'm planning on attempting, that I'm going to need like 100 thrusters on it. So are you down to, what, 8 kilometers a second again? Not that it matters. The difference between 8 and 11 is really... Oh, only 9. You had it up to 11, didn't you? Or did you hit 12? I've thought about jumping on the PTU and building one that is essentially all thrusters. Just to see how fast we can get it going. You know, you should be able to do essentially 12, that's search right, 12 thrusters. It did do 11. I know I could do 12 thrusters on essentially a tiny little frame. Because if two rings will make you do 8, what does 120 rings get you? That's a sore subject for me, is the cap ship hangar, and that's the reason my cap ship looks like a little tugboat, is because I didn't want it to just look like a box, you know, just essentially a platform stuck to the side of a hangar. So I was trying to find something that made it look appropriate. So we decided on a tugboat that's pushing a hangar. And I've thought about trying to make the hangar look like a giant cargo crate, like an absolute huge cargo crate. We're in the wrong place for Yimrium here. We might find Lucium, but not Yimrium. I've had lots of luck finding Yimrium around Xenon's base. Can you get Yimrium on the surface of the moon? Is that a surface product? Or Lucium? Are those both Elysium moon products? Only on Seal. Okay, so it's on the furthest one away. I can't make that one. Oh, for Yimrium. I need a midpoint to Seal, because I can't go that far. I don't have enough prop tanks. I need to find a midpoint moon. Oh, hi Proxy. You can get Yimrium in the Elysium surface. Only in... Is it going to be in craters or anywhere? Because I know Zalium only comes from craters. Handyware. I didn't need search, right? I just wanted to push the button. Handyware. Okay, well that's good to know. Another question I had, and I don't know, is there any way to split a stack into 2 stacks? Or partial stacks? Or is there not a way to make an intentional partial stack of ore in your inventory? Like, can you fill your inventory full of partial stacks like you can in, say, No Man's Sky or any of those other games where inventory is an issue? I guess Minecraft you can do the same thing. I haven't found a way to do that yet, but I was hoping that was a thing, was to be able to split your entire inventory into a... You know, you could essentially have stacks of 1 in your entire inventory. Search, right? It's not the right... Is that actually? You can get most ores from Elysium service. Yeah, I didn't know if you could intentionally make partial stacks. Fill your entire inventory full of partial stacks, so that it essentially couldn't pick anything else up. Oh, you've got the new Norman, the new ore wall. Are we not approaching? We're not approaching. That's why nothing is happening.
The words behind you beat back a ragged silence, winding paths into
Alright, this will be the last rock. Just a handful of small cubes. Now you can make a small cube just by spawning a partial stack into space, correct? And as long as you don't put it into your inventory, back into your inventory, it stays like that. Alloy crafting. It's got 50 charges. I should be able to make 50 of them. Oh, I don't have any Agesium in my inventory. That's why. Stop. There we go. Alright, where's the capital ship? To the left. You posted pics while jumping. Only 3 zones to build in. Oh. I can't get to my Discord window without media. Open in browser. Maximize browser. That is a very long, skinny ship. And that's looking the other way. Reminds me of a submarine. With the observation deck. Looking good, Django. Looking good. Alright, avoidance. Oh, I can see it now. I don't need avoidance. It does need more thrusters? Yeah, their thrusters are quite resource intensive too. Like they take a lot of resources. I need to open up more safe zone just so it's easier to park in here. You essentially need to be far enough away from the hangar that it doesn't try and despawn your ship constantly, but I don't have a ton of extra space. Alright, stop. Wait, I have a brake for that. Hit the brake. Alright, check our inventory, move everything. Oh, I did have Agesium, why couldn't I? Why wouldn't it let me build? Oh, now it can. I want to see something. Do I have... I apparently didn't build them last time. I thought for sure I actually started building all those, but something was wrong. What is the problem? Oh, it's still counting up. That's the problem. H inventory. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like we did before, and we're gonna see if I can make this work. AEG. Agesium. Oh. Okay, that's still there. And we need Valkite. Oh, the inventory's just locked up until they all move. I hate that. And no disconnecting. Looks like it's been solved. We have 1,000 things in Nergite. Oh, here comes the Valkite. I hate that my inventory gets frozen. Let's turn. Oh no, we need it on. Because we want it to charge. Inventory still frozen. Come on, give it back. There we go. Okay. Now we need Valkite. Transfer 100 Valkite to the ship. Good. And Nergite, which is what? NH 100. Alright, did we do that right? Yep. We did that right. Close inventory, open crafting window. Craft all allium. Nope, I don't want it there. I want it here. There we go. Okay, we're gonna get that started. I'm gonna ask you guys to be patient and let me use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
I'd grieve a little while. Soon it all will be over. I journey on with a smile. But the thoughts as I get older, I think of what I told her, and I just can't keep from crying sometimes. Well, I just can't keep from crying sometimes. When my heart's full of sorrow and my eyes are filled with tears, and I just can't keep from crying sometimes. This world can't stand so long. Be ready, don't wait too late.
I apologize for that. Hey Dub, I'm curious what happens if you put a ship in a cap hangar, disassemble the hangar, jump, reassemble the hangar. Will the ship still be there? Good question. I don't know. Let's see. Lucium is what we're after. Am I looking for Agitite or Valkite? I always forget. If I'm looking for Lucium, what is it inside? I have a spreadsheet somewhere. Ore sheet. I think Dirty Human sent me this ore sheet. Alright, the Elysium Belt. Not surface. Zone 2. So I'm looking for Agitite. So I'm looking for the gray stuff. Which, that looks like one there. If we look for some Lucium, well, that thing should continue to craft. Because we're within range of the... Oh, that's going to hit the brake. Now approach. For some reason when I push approach, the ship kind of pulls a little to the right. And often yanks it off the... and misaligns it so it can't see the asteroid anymore. Bastion. Not what we're after. Alright. Somewhere in there. I think all you can do, A-Dub, is try it. Make a tiny little hangar. Make it only like, I don't know, 6 or 7 in each direction, and put a tiny little station hopper. Or even just 3 frames. You know, the minimum of ship. 3 frames, a hard point, and a thruster kind of thing. That way you don't lose anything. And you can have a tiny little hangar. Bastion. Big surprise. Big surprise. Yep. Yo, we're gonna have to go. Oh, you're gonna have a go? You're gonna try it? I was thinking you said you had to go. No, yeah, you're gonna give it a try? I think I would just build a ship in the SSC that you know you can spawn, so you know, a square of frames with a hard point and a thruster. Store it and then try it again. Bastion. Bastion. Yep, you have a throwaway piece of crap. Yeah, I do too. I've got a few things that were like tests. And did it scan it? I wasn't looking. I assume that's... Can I turn the scanner off? Scan stop. Scanner. What is Bastion? Okay. Scanner. Still gonna be Bastion. Come on. Scan faster. Scanning takes forever if you don't get it at that perfect spot when it re-renders. Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Errand time. Sucks being a grown-up. Adulting is hard. Are you not gonna scan it? Oh, it's not gonna scan it because I'm 100 away. I would have waited all day for that. Bastion. It really should give me a warning that says too far away. we'll go to this one. We should go down a little bit just so I don't smack into that thing. Oh, it's a little one though. Probably would have been fine. The one I hit the other day, I hit hard and it didn't even change the durability of the ship. I lost a couple of hard points and lasers, but the ship was fine in general. Approach. Oh, it makes me so nervous. That one next, maybe? Or Bastion.
Move members, move. Move members, move Daniel. Move members, move Daniel. Move members, move Daniel. Move till I get there, Daniel. Move till I get there, Daniel. Move till I get there, Daniel. Move till I get there. Got on my little John shoes. Got on my little John shoes, Daniel. Got on my little John shoes, Daniel. Got on my little John shoes.
That's just a little guy.
You gonna rock me home, Daniel.
And there's only 6 stacks in it anyways. And they're Bastion. Alright, what else is... looks like it's E10. This is the direction we can see, so we're gonna go this way. There we go. We're still making Bastion, which is really the... what we're after. Oh, let's I can't see this screen. Oh. One more time. There we go. Okay. Oh, stop it. It keeps reopening a... Uh-oh. Is the stream okay? Is this... Is the stream doing okay? Oh, it was out there earlier? That sucks. I'm not showing any dropped frames. I'm not showing any issues on my end. I just noticed the little question mark thingy. The chat doesn't have a... It couldn't have been out very long. It's so strange sometimes what... Because I didn't lose my internet, but Twitch will lose the connection. And the studio that I'm using, the recording software, shows how many frames you're dropping and your encoding speed and your upload speed, and they all look fantastic. But Twitch sometimes has some issues. That's Bastion, I can see it. I could see a little piece of the Bastion. Lucium can be so hard to find. Trying to think what the next ship type we should find is. I mean, I probably should pick up some PvP type ships, but outside of, you know, meta fighters, there's just not really outside of the tournament, there's just no PvP to be had. So I feel like I'm ill-equipped without at least something, though. Bastion, big surprise. I've got a nav ship now, and I've got this big miner. I've got a cap ship, You know, what else really is? Oh, I need a hauler. I don't have a hauling ship. I don't use it. I don't haul stuff, but at some point I'm going to have to haul minerals from the moon's surface or over to Arma or something along those lines, and I just don't have a big... This is my hauler because it's 900 crates. But it, I feel like I should get a big plasma hauler or something along those lines. Anyone have any suggestions? Why do you keep hitting the brake? So, yeah, I'm thinking of plasma haulers that might be next. I also thought about talking to maybe Nikasi. He has some interesting little fighters that might be fun. They're obviously not meta fighters, but if you're not doing a PvP tournament, do you really need a meta fighter? And I have the blueprint for Happy's Bandit, the one that I practice with, if I need to make one. I'd love to do the tournament, but it's just so terrible. I'm just so terrible at that. You can buy 3 for the price of 1 plasma miner. You can buy 3 for the price of 1 for plasma miners. I can buy a regular miner, you mean, for the price of a plasma miner? 2 mil in the SSC shop. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can find... I don't like that asteroid being so close. Let's get away from that a little bit. See if I can find a builder. I'd rather get one from a player as opposed to the SSC shop. Then we can have a little bit of a conversation on the ship like we did today with Arcanus, which was pretty awesome for him to stop in. I know it's sort of backwards time-wise. It's inconvenient for him to view the stream. I'm sure Damage has a plasma miner or a plasma hauler, but I was thinking something pretty big, 1,500 crates. I'm gonna do it. Take minerals to Arma or something. I might as well have a big one. You just have to move? What? Oh, all 3 for 2 million. 3 for 1 bundle. This is a bundle of 3 plasma hauler blueprints. And let me bring up the browser. What are you talking about, A-Dub? First up is the XL1200, a gargantuan hauler for the largest loads. Not only does it haul, it hauls fast. Twin plasmas can move up to 100, 50 empty, 127 with randoms, and 107 with Lucium. Next is the XL1452. Oh, Ark will just have to move his house to a decent time zone. Well, I think he lives in Malaysia. And lastly is the XF960. If you ever wanted more speed, more hauling power, induce the XL960. Twin plasmas with a whooping total of 36 rings, as well as a 56 tier 3 box thrusters. Let's take a look at some of these pictures. Those are not the greatest pictures of those ships. Oh, and that's just flat with a... Those are, they're big though, that's for sure. Roman shipyard. I'll have to take a look at those, Chongo, thank you. I thought you were going to run errands. A-Dub? There's Lucium. First rock, 6 whole stacks. It's too foggy out. You can't see past the bonnet of the car. That does not sound ideal for running errands, that's for sure. Next time I'm at Origin, give me a shout and I can give you a Ghidorah if you'd like one. Yeah, we'll take a peek at it. I've not really looked closely at a Ghidorah. Like it's kind of used to be the gold standard in mining ships. But I don't know how, have they been kept updated? I know they have the heat updates and things like that, but have they done any updates to them since, I don't know, the last 18 months, or are they just the same as they've always been? Obviously he lives in London, where it's foggy. Bastion. Oh, you just... Is that what you went with instead of the Black Banshee? So you decided to go with the Ghidorah? Cornwall. Where I live has similar weather to most of England, but we do not have the fog here. I even live near a body of water, but we just don't get the fog. We get all of the other benefits of crappy weather, but no fog. As far southwest of the UK as you can get without falling into the sea. John goes kind of the other way, in the northeast corner. Oh, we should not be going full speed straight at this asteroid. In Scotland called the Har. Bastion. Back it up. Hey, stop that, back it up. Yeah, I live near one of the Great Lakes, but we don't have the fog. We get the rain and the snow, but not the fog. Yeah, I live close enough to the water that the lake actually affects the weather here. What do we got? Some Bastion? Shocker. Shocker, shocker, shocker. Ugh. Like, am I getting too far in here? Have I gotten out of zone 2? Is that part of the problem? I haven't seen any ice in ages, which I think is I think we've gotten out of the range of. Because zone 2 kind of has. It's right on the edge of the ice field, and I don't have any ice here. So we're gonna head back towards the. And back towards the capital ship. See if we can get back to the edge. I tend to only find Lucium kind of in that mixed ice and not ice zones. When you get into where there's no more ice, I don't seem to find it anymore. I should also check and make sure that we're continuing to. The belt has all charges, lots of charges. Then why can I not? Requires a belt furnace, and I have to be in the Searchlight belt. I have a furnace. Furnace is there. Fully charged. Connected to the ship. Inventory. See, look, I've got stuff in there. Gesium. Do I not? There's Valkite. There's Nergite. Why can't I? Am I somehow not close enough to it to start it? It's right there, right? Come on, just down. You're fully charged. Was I just not close enough? Okay. Not close enough. Maybe it's when I'm within the safe zone of the capital ship, the distances aren't quite the same. It doesn't require. It's not started. It's going. It's going. It was already full. That's why it didn't. That's why the furnace looked like that. Was it already had 100 charges in it? So that wheel, that ring looks funny. Instead of being full, it sits empty. It's a strange thing. I like the avoidance on the ship. It does a good job. I think it had to do with distance. Like I'm just too far from the furnace to use it. While sitting in this seat. Or maybe it's because I'm in the seat. No, that can't be it, because I can do it when I'm. Anytime I'm in the safe zone of the capital ship, it lets me do it from this seat. I know I've done it. But if I'm not in the safe zone, then I have to move my way towards the back to be closer to that table. Or to the furnace. It's strange. See, now we're getting back into mixed. We're getting back into mixed shell types. Turn the avoidance off. We'll see if we can maybe find one or two more here. Roach. Come on, give me something good. Bastion, not what I was. Nope, don't approach. Not what I'm after. All right. Yeah, so I think a plasma hauler, or not even a plasma hauler, a hauler is going to be next. The only requirement is it needs to have a cockpit. I'm not buying ships without cockpits. I know it's a silly thing, but like, I like a cockpit. It's this ship doesn't have one. I wish it did have one. This is a great ship too. It doesn't mean it's not a great ship. That's Bastion. I just like a ship with a cockpit. Where are we going? That one right there is catching my attention. Happy little asteroid. And you're gonna hit. Come on, Lucium. Just give me one good one. One good Lucium. Because I'm gonna have to build thrusters and beams and plating, generators. They all take. Just eats through so much Lucium. Let's bash him again. Scan stop. Let's bash him. Turn the approach off. Hit the brakes. Next asteroid. Let's... Alright, approach. Bastion. Oh, come on, give me something good. Approach. Hopefully I don't smash into that before I get there. Bastion. Turn off that. Whew. Let's bash him anyways. I was trying to back up close enough to not bump it. I'm not even sure if I did bump it, but I certainly broke it with the thrust of the engine. Maybe I'll ask on Discord if anybody has any suggestions for haulers that actually have an interior. I'm sure Ark has one, but I'd like to spread spread the love around. I'll also ask Oakham. I still have to pick up. Oakham has a little station hopper for me that looks like a Harley Davidson. It's pretty awesome. I just have to get it. Man, if only I needed Bastion. Ooh, that little asteroid, I don't like the look of that little one right under the flight path there. I feel like that could break some rangefinders off. The game does know what you're looking for. I think it watches my stream, and it just determines that you're not allowed to have that thing. It doesn't matter what you're looking for, that's the thing you can't find. Because there are times I find Lucium in every third asteroid, but today I'm just not allowed to find it at all. Bashed him. Piece of crap. Alright, let's see what's in this one. 102 away. Approach. Did that update? I don't know if that updated or not. Ugh. Just doesn't want a scanner. Just giving the exact. It's giving the same readout, so I must have scanned that one. Which direction? Alright, we're gonna go over that way. It's easier to see when we're looking to the left here.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel.
I think this evening, so my wife and youngest daughter are going on another soccer tournament this weekend. So last weekend was my middle daughter, this weekend is my youngest. They're gonna, you're adding another zone and see if it takes it. Did you have trouble with it taking a zone? Or what? You unlocked all those lower zones, right?
Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone.
Come on.
Sometimes I feel like I'm almost.
Yes, you added 3 but couldn't move? You couldn't move what? Oh, that's Bastion. It did give me the answer eventually. The ship couldn't move, you mean? Oh. What, you've expanded. What did it give you the structure error? Is that what it was?
Sometimes the world's in the palm
No, the thrust. Oh, the thrusters weren't powerful enough. So, oh, okay. So I got what happened. You added 3 earlier, and it wouldn't let you move. You didn't have the thruster to weight ratio thing, right? Yeah, that thruster to weight thing is that's the thing that I'm worried about having a big capital ship, is the sheer number of thrusters I'm going to have to build. And then with that is propellant. I don't know how propellant consumption works. Yeah, I don't know how propellant consumption works. Is it distance and there's some sort of weight ratio or thrusters to weight? I don't know how it calculates propellant usage. You know, is it a flat rate usage? Like it just doesn't matter how many thrusters or how big your ship, does it use the same amount for a specific distance, or is it, do bigger ships use more propellant? I mean, it would make sense to. Yeah, I'll have to look at the numbers and see. Because so this evening I'm going to come back, and I was starting to say, my wife is gone this weekend. She's leaving this afternoon. She won't be back till Sunday. So she won't yell at me in the evening if I'm screwing around on this instead of being productive. So I'll probably be back on this evening, starting to frame out the first rough in of the sum of the capital ship framing. It's going to take a lot. I'm not going to put any. I can see Bastion already. I'm not going to put on any plating or decorations or anything until we get just the frame sorted out, and that's going to take weeks, even just for the frame, because I'm going to do all of the framing. We're going to go through and get the beaming all figured out to be as optimized as possible with the least amount of switching before I put a single plate on the damn thing. So we'll get and then we'll start plating it after that, but it's going to take forever if it's all 54 zones. I don't think it'll be all 54, but it's going to be pretty darn close. I haven't seen one effing Lucium rock. That's Bastion again. Damn it. I don't trust my own eyes. I always wait till the scanner does its thing. So yeah, we'll start this evening. I'll have a few hours. My older 2 daughters will be home, but they don't want anything to do with me. They'll hide in their rooms. So I can bring a 5th of liquor up here. I think I have a bottle of Jameson's. I have some bourbon, some scotch, and some whiskey downstairs. I usually make whiskey sours. They're too much work to drink more than one. I usually just revert to ice. Could pick up a 6-pack of beer too. I've only got to wake up in time tomorrow for I'm having a beer now. Yeah. I will have to drive this evening. One of my daughters is hanging out at a friend's house. I'll have to pick her up, but that's really the only thing I have to do. So I don't want to drink until then. But after that, There's a little store up the street from where I live that has like 300 kinds of beer and like 250 kinds of wine, something like that. It's just a little corner store, but it's all alcohol. Alcohol, junk food, and lottery tickets. That's pretty much the entire store. So I might swing through there and get a 6-pack of something. Yeah, and I could walk to it. It's close enough, it's like a quarter of a mile. So it's only a 5-minute walk from me. It's really hard to not just walk up there every time I turn around. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the, this has been less than eventful. I was able, the whole point was to do something while the furnace did its thing, which it has been doing. But, it is time for me to pack it in. I will be on later this evening, but it's gonna be just a bunch of beaming and me talking for the most part, and it'll probably be after most of you guys go to bed. It'll probably be, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock now. It's gonna be at least 3, maybe 4 hours from now before I get back on. And it's gonna be mostly me just looking at a picture of what I hope to build and starting to sort out the beams. But I'd love to have your company. I will probably also watch a football game at the same time, a soccer game. Mostly because I love soccer. And there's, tomorrow is soccer day. Absolutely. Come visit. I will, I'll post the picture of what I'm trying to build. It's absolutely obscene how big I hope to make this thing. And it may never fly. It might be just a station. That might be the... It might just be a second station, really. I might do a couple of jumps before I start building to get it oriented in the right place. In case it becomes a station. I can get the orientation correct. But for now, I'm going to call it quits. We're going to... Let's see, how many more does it have to... It's still got 40 some to go. So, I'm going to put this in the safe zone. I'm not going to log off. I'm just going to let these continue to cook here. But I'm going to say thank you to everybody for joining me today. Thank you for your help. And maybe I'll see you later on. If I don't, tomorrow, 11 a.m. my time, so that's 3 hours earlier than normal. We'll be on with ArcSparks to go through his inventory, and we'll talk about his ships and all of that fun stuff. And if you're not going to come to that, then I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Once again, thank you guys. Have a great evening, a great weekend. Take it easy, and take care. See you later, guys.